Welcome back. Now we have a clip bone name in our data table, and we're setting that in the onConstruction function for the weapon. Now we need to make sure that we're jumping to the right montage section. First of all, let's make sure that our montage has a section for our new animation that we just retargeted in the previous video. So let's go to Reload Montage. And in the asset browser, let's type reload, and we have reload rifle iron sights. Now we're going to drag reload rifle iron sights right in here, and we'll get our animation here. And I'm going to right click and choose new montage section, and I'm going to call this reload AR. Now reload AR is going to want some sounds. You see, we've got some play sound notifies in our reload SMG. We're going to have some sound notifies here as well. So if we go ahead and scrub through our reload animation, we're going to go right to about where the character grabs the clip right here, and we'll add a play sound notify here. So make sure we're in one of these notify tracks, and we're going to add notify play sound and select that. And let's go ahead and just use the magazine sound 3 cue. That's what we're using in Reload SMG. And later, if we want, we can find some other sounds and use different sounds. But for now, we're going to use the same one. So let's look for magazine sound 3 cue. Now, right when the hand goes to the back, I'm going to add another play sound notify. So I'm going to right click and add play sound notify and select that. And I'm going to use the same one that we use in SMG, which is magazine sound 5 cue. So I'm going to search for magazine and use magazine sound 5 cue. Now, right when the clip is put right back in, right about here, I'm going to add another play sound cue. And I'm going to use magazine sound 4 cue because that's what we used in Reload SMG. So we're going to use that. And if we play this montage section, then it sounds pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and save this. And we now have a reload montage. Now we need to make sure we're playing the correct montage. So let's go into Visual Studio in shooterCharacter.cpp, and we're in the reload weapon function. And here we use montage play and montage jump to section. And we're jumping to the equipped weapons F name returned by get reload montage section. If we peek this function, we'll see that it's a getter for reload montage section, which is a variable on the weapon. This is another variable that we want driven by our data table. So why don't we go ahead and add a variable to our data table on weapon.h. So all the way up at the top in fWeapon data table, we're going to add another F name, and this will be called reload montage section. And we'll make it edit anywhere, blueprint read write. And we're going to set this in weapon.cpp in onConstruction right here where we're setting our other variables, and we need to make sure we have a public getter for it. Now in weapon.h, we can search for reload montage section, and you can see we have a getter, but we didn't create a setter, so we're going to create one right here. So we're going to say force inline void set reload montage section, and it takes an F name, we'll call it name, and we'll set reload montage section equal to name, and now we have a public setter. So back in weapon.cpp, we can simply call set reload montage section, and we're going to get our weapon data row and access the reload montage section variable. And now it's set. And now the only thing that's left to do is to set this on the data table in the data table blueprint. So let's do that now. All right, so we're in our weapon data table, and for our submachine gun, we're going to scroll down, and here's our reload montage section. Now, just to remind ourselves what it's called, let's go into our reload montage, and let's look at what these sections are called. The SMG is called reload SMG with a space in there, and the AR section is called reload AR with a space in there. So let's go ahead and put those into our data table. For the SMG, we're going to type reload space SMG, all caps for the SMG. And for the assault rifle, we're going to put reload space AR, capital A, capital R. Go ahead and save that. So let's go ahead and hit play and reload. And it played the correct one, but then it went ahead and played another animation, and that's because if we come down here into our reload montage in the montage section tab, we can click on the clear button, and that way none of these animations will play after the other when we play one of the sections. We only want to play one animation, and that's the animation in the section. So hit that clear button and go back, and let's go ahead and reload, and it looks correct. Now I'm going to pick up an AR, switch to the AR and reload, and I could see that it still played the SMG animation. Let's look at this AR here, and the reload montage section is set to none. And that's because we're setting it in the construction script, which gets called when the object is moved or changed. Let's just go ahead and move it just a little, and now you'll see that it's updated. The reload AR fname is now populated. So on construction will be called when the object is moved or updated. So as we're adding things to the on construction function, we need to update the object by moving it or changing a property on it in order for on construction to be called. So that's something to keep in mind. Now, if we want to make sure that all that functionality is called in begin play, for example, then we can go into our weapon.cpp class, and we can take all of this code in on construction, and we can move it all into a function. And we can call that function here in on construction, and we can also call it in begin play. So that's something to keep in mind. Okay, this will conclude our video. We now are playing the correct animation for reloading based on the weapon type. Okay, so we're gonna finish up taking care of reloading with our new weapon in the next video. And we're gonna start by taking a look at the reload montage and seeing that we have other anim notifies such as grab clip, replace clip, and reload finish. We'll go ahead and take care of those in the next video. See you soon.